Oh my god. Judas was announced 3 years ago. And we've seen nothing other than one more trailer, like a few months ago, or maybe it was a year ago that the trailer came out. And I'm only talking about this now because Ken Levine, the creator of BioShock and the dude who's making Judas, right? Ken Levine just did an interview with GamesIndustry.biz where he talks about where he's trying to promote, Judas, right? But we haven't seen anything about Judas. I love the BioShock games. They're some of my favorite games of all time. But he's making a new game called Judas, right? It's basically BioShock but in space, right? And it's making incredible, I guess, innovations in gameplay and narrative and the way that in what he's calling narrative Legos, where you literally create your own story pretty much. Like things are happening and then based on your choices. It's kind of an RPG. It's what RPGs do, right? But this is in a much more literal sense where instead of things being scripted in the way that you basically pick a path and then that's going to be your ending, that's going to be your path, right? It's basically creating a narrative Lego where you create these pieces and the story actually comes together based off of the different paths you take and the different things that I'm not sure how it'll work. I guess he'll explain it more, I guess, when the game starts to come out. But dude, this game was announced 3 years ago. We've barely seen anything about it. He said that this game is much harder to make than all the other ones, but he just did an interview where he's talking about single-player games, and he's very like, Judas is going to be very old school because you buy the game and you get the whole thing, no online component, no live service. And he talks about Baldur's Gate 3, Expedition 33, and how amazing those are. And this is where he talks about the narrative Lego stuff. But I'm super interested to see what that is because he said it's like a roguelike, but it's also not at the same time because it's very narrative. It's like narrative in the way it's like a narrative roguelike, you know what I mean? Rather than just being a gameplay roguelike, the story itself is randomized based on what you build, which is an incredibly interesting thing, but it's only on my mind right now because he's just doing interviews again. And it's like, we need to see the game. We need to see more of the game. I don't know. It's just funny to me because when the trailer first came out for Judas, he was saying about how he hates when games announce themselves and then come back 6 years later. And it's like, this is it's what he's doing with Judas right now. He really just announced the game and dipped, you know? But what do you think about Judas? What do you think about this like narrative roguelike situation? I haven't seen a whole lot of games like that. Maybe there are a whole lot of games like that I'm just not in the circle of. Let me know down in the comments, and I'd love to hear about it. But what do you think about this idea that he's creating for Judas? I think it's great that he's trying to expand the bounds of these types of games. But what do you guys think? I just wanted to talk about this real quick because he's starting to do interviews again, and we just need to see the game. But if you like the video, subscribe, comment down below. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye.